Alright, we got another reaction here. Meet the most overrated player in football. Now, as you guys know, I am a die-hard Jalen Hurts fan. He is not overrated. This man is top 5, maybe top 6. I think he's interchangeable with Matthew Stafford. You could like flip him in 5 or 6. Now, I'm not going to say he's number 1. I'm not delusional. But bro, this man is not overrated. He is nice. And I already know this video finna be rage bait. We is not getting rage baited. With that being said, let's check it out. Let's see what this dumbass got to say.
Jalen Hurts is, I respect a lot about Jalen Hurts, but I think Jalen Hurts is also like the most overrated player in football.
Okay, so I'm confused. Just a few months ago, Jalen Hurts was this.
For the second time, the Vince Lombardi Trophy is
Best day of my life.
Eagles fly in Super Bowl 59.
Super Bowl 59 MVP quarterback Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
Having Jalen Hurts at number 9.
Can we see the list again, y'all? But go ahead, Dan.
I think using disrespectful is extreme for me. And
Like, bro, that they be putting him like at these ranks, bro. They know this man's top 5. But bro, they be putting him down here because they know the Eagles fan base is the most easy like fan base to rage bait. And it's going to get them clicks. And that's all they're looking for. They don't mean it.
in that situation, I think that we have to have.
Do you think he's low?
Let's have the conversation about it. Like,
You can have elite flashes. Boy, you asked that question. Are we winning because of you solely?
Cam Newton's a dumbass. Shut up.
Or is it the resources?
Bro, he gonna sit here saying like, are we gonna win because of you or the resources? Bro, Cam Newton, you're the reason they lost the Super Bowl. You ain't jump on the ball. Like, bro, he's still got no room to talk.
ESPN's top quarterback list. Behind names he's already outdueled.
All right, bro. Looking at this ranking, bro, I mean, it is what it is. Everyone's gonna have their own opinion. But, bro, one thing we have to stop is fucking Justin Herbert Glaze. This man is ass. In his 2 playoff games, he blew a fucking 30-point lead to, who was it? Trevor Lawrence. And then his last playoff game this last year, he threw 4 interceptions. Like, bro, how is he still even top 10? This man is ass.
And surrounded by whispers that he's nothing more than a product of a stacked team.
the context has to be had of who had the #1 defense in football last year? Philadelphia Eagles. Who had a running back threaten the all-time record and he went for over 2,000 yards last year? The Philadelphia Eagles. Who had the best offensive line in football last year? The Philadelphia Eagles.
We're gonna hold.
Like, bro, this shit is literally the dumbest argument. Like, bro, what team in NFL history has won with a shitty roster? Like, bro, this man Tom Brady, he won 7 rings, almost all of them. His defense was like fantastic. He had like a top 5 defense every time. Like, bro, what are they talking about? He had Gronk, Julian Edelman. Like, bro, what? LeGarrette Blount.
Yeah, holding it against
You're putting in the context.
People actually think and are vocalizing that Jalen Hurts is the most overrated quarterback in the NFL. But where did this narrative even come from? Because this isn't the first time I've heard this. And I guess more importantly, is it true?
So my takeaway on
Hell
Jalen
no.
Hurts is I don't think he's a franchise quarterback.
Well,
Man,
to find out.
Colin Cowherd's a fucking dumbass. I'm pretty sure he's the same dude that said, I don't even think the Eagles are going to get into the red zone in the Super Bowl. Bro, they was up, what, 40-6? Like, shut your dumbass up.
We have to go back and trace the roots of this overrated label and figure out whether it was ever valid to begin with. I mean, drafted in the 2nd round of the 2020 NFL Draft by the Philadelphia Eagles, Hurts was seen less as a future franchise cornerstone and more as a contingency plan. A gadget player, a glorified insurance policy for, at the time, Carson Wentz.
The Eagles used the 2nd round pick, number 53 overall, to select Jalen Hurts to be Carson Wentz's backup. This pick has confused some, since the Eagles have such a huge financial commitment to Wentz already. So does it make sense to you that the Eagles drafted Hurts?
If I am Carson Wentz and I believe in myself, I'm going to demand a trade right now. You draft my replacement, you said this whole draft is about getting me help if you're Carson Wentz, and you won't get me help because you want that 2nd round pick so bad to go to the guy who's going to replace me? No.
Bro, see, at the time, like, I understand. Everyone was confused by the pick. They thought, like, maybe we were going to use him like Taysom Hill or something. But, bro, this man, Howie Roseman, really is different. He's seen something that, obviously, us as the fans didn't see. He didn't think Wentz had it anymore, so he went and got Carson Wentz. And look how this shit turned out. This man, Howie Roseman, really is the GOAT.
No.
And while his early flashes in 2020 were electric, like beating the Saints,
Blitz is coming. Hurts sees it.
Dude, that game was fire.
The touchdown. Alshon Jeffrey. There's a penalty back by the quarterback.
And taking Arizona to the wire, he still completed barely over 50% of his passes. The numbers gave doubters ammo. In their eyes, he wasn't a QB. He was just an athlete.
The divorce that seemed inevitable this offseason has reached a peak, with the Philadelphia Eagles agreeing to trade Carson Wentz.
What do you think of this? For a third and a second, he's going to the Colts.
They ended up getting a first out of it,
Badly
too.
overpaid. Badly. You should receive draft compensation for taking Carson Wentz, who I told everyone 2 years ago in the second half was not good. And then last year, everyone finally figured out, actually, yeah, he's not good.
Fast forward to 2022, and Jalen Hurts isn't just a starter anymore. He's dominating.
Second down and 8.
Great, bro. That season was so fire, bro. Came out of nowhere, too. I always believed him, bro.
Inside the 35 as Smith beat.
Shout out AJ Brown, bro. He's a dog.
Through 14 weeks in this league, without question, Jalen Hurts is the most valuable player of this league.
Second and 10. Oh boy, deep ball it is, and it is caught for a touchdown. A.J. Brown from 39 yards out.
He finished second in MVP voting and led the Eagles to a 14-3 record.
And the Eagles have been the NFC's best team all season long. Zeros on the clock, and they will carry that momentum with big wins in the divisional round against the Giants and here in the championship round against San Francisco, all the way to Arizona and Super Bowl 57.
Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts go podium 2.
It's tough. It's tough. You know, we worked really hard to have this opportunity and to come up short. You know, it's tough.
It's over. The Chiefs have won. The Chiefs have won Super Bowl 57 on a game-winning field goal.
I've been here before. That's the beautiful thing about it. So you either win or you learn. That's how I feel. You either win or you learn.
They would have made it all the way to Super Bowl 57, where despite one or two mistakes, Hurts outdueled Patrick Mahomes for much of the game before the Eagles' defense collapsed late.
I thought he was sensational.
That's the best game I've ever seen Jalen Hurts play.
He was spectacular last night. I opened the show by saying I thought he was the best player on the field. Bart gave me a funny look. I understand Mahomes.
Like, bro, these same people, who is it, Dan Orvalski, however you say his name, Chris Sims, like Colin Coward, there's a few more dumbasses. I can't even think of them right now, but bro, these are the same dudes. They sit here and they glaze Jalen Hurts like after he has a historic game, and then the next day they just forget about it and just start shitting on bro once views get low. Like, this shit is like so annoying. The hate started when the Eagles started doing the tush push. I don't know why that pisses people off so much, but it does, and I feel like that's when the hate started.
Nah, and I listen.
How sustainable they were. Was he really elite or just in the right system? That question, whether he was elite because of his team or in spite of them, fueled a firestorm. And fair or not, that's where the overrated label started to stick. The peak of the backlash, though, came in early 2024, but it didn't come out of nowhere. The season following the Eagles' Super Bowl appearance in 2022 wasn't nearly as dominant. While they started strong, the team got worse as the year went on, losing key games late in the season, struggling with injuries, and visibly lacking the dominance that had defined the year before.
S.A., how concerned are you that Philly's championship window's closing?
I'm very concerned, me personally. And when I say championship window
was never
I'm just talking about this season right now. In fact, they're going home very, very early. When I look at Jalen Hurts, right now you've got that finger injury. That's what you told everybody yesterday. Okay, we got that part. But let's pay attention to this one. The man has thrown 8 interceptions this season when blitzed.
They limped into the playoffs and were unceremoniously eliminated in the wild card round by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. A game where the offense looked flat and the defense uninspired.
Tonight for Tampa Bay in a 32-9 win. Uncertainty on the Eagles sideline.
I don't know why Tampa's like always had the Eagles number. Like, it's weird, but it's really nothing to worry about. Bucks aren't gonna even, you're never gonna like see them in the playoffs.
It was a bitter end to a season that began with championship aspirations, and that offseason, that's where the talk really started to pick up.
I look at Jalen Hurts, who I think is a phenomenal player, an excellent leader. And when you get paid, $200+ million. We need results.
Analysts, fans, and media personalities all began reevaluating Jalen Hurts' rise. Was he just a flash in the pan? Was 2022 just a fluke? The questions came louder and the criticism sharper.
There was a lot of excitement coming into this game, but that quickly went away just a little bit after kickoff. We did talk to a lot of fans here in Center City who described this game as embarrassing.
Former NFL QB and NBC analyst Chris Sims, never shy with his takes by the way, publicly declared Jalen Hurts the most overrated quarterback in the NFL.
Jalen Hurts is.
I hate Chris
respect
Sims,
a lot
bro.
About Jalen Hurts, but I think Jalen Hurts is also like the most overrated player.
Like, bro. Bro, I actually hate this. I'll beat the shit out of Chris Sims. That is not a threat. I'm talking about in GTA. But, bro.
Football. All right, that's me. He plays quarterback for a team that's an all-star team. They have the best O-line in football. It's not even close.
Like, bro, why is it always the career fucking third stringers that always got the most to say? Him, what's the other? Chase Daniels, like a former Eagles player that was literally a third string his whole career. Like, bro, this shit, like, shut the hell up.
Right? They got maybe the best duos at receiver in all of football.
Right? Nah, they say this. The Eagles got the best duo in all this, but then when it comes to rankings, bro, I keep seeing shit right now that they don't even have the Eagles duos top 5. They put like T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Like, bro, they put everyone above him, but then when it comes to discredit Jalen Hurts, all of a sudden they're the best duo in the NFL. Like, bro.
Right? I just think if you put some other quarterbacks in Philly, you put Kyler Murray there, you'd go, damn, Kyler's amazing.
Kyler fucking Murray.
And people, they ran with it. Memes, tweets, talk shows. Suddenly, Jalen Hurts was the poster child for the product of his environment archetype. A glorified system QB with the superhero O-line, 2 top receivers, and an MVP caliber play caller behind the scenes.
Jalen Hurts, I'm just not there yet. I am not sold.
What I see is a marginally accurate quarterback. He's athletic, but he doesn't like to get hit. He is out after.
Bro, what quarterback wants to get hit? Every quarterback slides. Like, why did they change the agenda when it comes to Jalen Hurts? Bro, like, that is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. What quarterback likes to get hit? Bro, what football player likes to get hit?
For his first read.
He's not Lamar Jackson. He can run it. He runs it well. But he's not Lamar Jackson.
Bro, no one's Lamar Jackson running the ball. What?
You got to be able to throw it some.
I mean, even fans started buying in. Hurts is good, but became a common phrase in football circles. The doubt had gone mainstream. But here's the problem with that narrative. It ignores the actual tape. So, let's talk facts. In 2022, Hurts threw for over 3,700 yards, rushed for 760 more, and had 35 total touchdowns with 6 interceptions. He led game-winning drives. He shredded playoff defenses. He dropped 300-plus passing yards and 3 touchdowns in the Super Bowl against the Chiefs. And oh, by the way, ran for 3 more.
Looking for a block, and he gets there. He's in.
Hate to break it to you, but system QBs, they don't do that. Even in 2023, when the Eagles regressed late.
Yo, I'm low-key glad. I thought this dude was like on the side, hating on Jalen Hurts, but it seems like he's somewhat neutral to more Jalen Hurts' side. So I fuck with his creator.
A year. Hurts still led the team to 11 wins, threw for over 3,800 yards, and accounted for 38 total touchdowns. The tush push? Yeah, that didn't throw darts to A.J. Brown or drop dimes to Devontae Smith's hands. Hurts did that.
Ban tush push. This shit is so dumb, bro.
To the end zone, touchdown, Philadelphia.
And as far as the rushing touchdowns, why is it a bad thing that he's too effective in short yardage? If anything, it's a testament to how his physicality adds to his value, not subtracts from it. But despite all of those things, Jalen Hurts and the Eagles entered the upcoming season with more pressure than ever before, and more doubters too.
Let's get into this, man. Will we ever know what was going on with that team last year?
The defense
Will we
fucking
ever know
folded.
why that team flopped at the end? And again, then there's the question of like, were Sirianni and Hurts on the dreaded not same page?
Right, are they cool? I don't know.
So, what did Jalen Hurts do about it? He responded the only way he knows how, by going back to work.
Philadelphia Eagles have agreed to terms with running back Saquon Barkley.
Oh my
Legend.
goodness. I didn't think it was real. I did not think this was real. I got to tell you, I was the biggest doubter as this was going on.
Howie season, baby.
Wow, 3 years, 37.7.
Bro, that shit is crazy, bro. This man Saquon really is one of the best players in the NFL, and they got him for 3 years, $37 million. Obviously, they paid him this extension, this offseason, because, bro, he performed. Bro, the running back market is so cooked.
$5 million contract could be worth up to $46.75. Includes $26 million fully guaranteed at signing. Wow. Are you kidding me?
Armed with a new offensive wrinkle in the form of Saquon Barkley, Hurts led the Eagles to one of the most balanced and versatile attacks in football. Barkley gave the offense a dynamic backfield threat it hadn't seen since probably LaShawn McCoy.
Shady.
Paired with Hurts' legs, a revamped short pass.
Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Right now, the way that the version today of Jalen Hurts is different than the last 2 years. And if you haven't updated your materials, that's your fault.
For A.J. Brown. Oh, he's got it. He's in.
I remember that shit was 4th and 5. Bro, launch that bitch.
He threw more confidently, processed faster, and became even more lethal in the red zone. For all the people who said he couldn't win with his arm, he spent the season proving them wrong.
Do these Eagles look like a Super Bowl team to you?
Hell yes. They have a top 10 defense. And
Moss.
bringing a guy like Saquon Barkley in game, he changes dynamics all over this Philadelphia Eagles team.
Then came the playoffs.
Has a lot of time. Looking, throwing end zone, caught for the touchdown, Jahan Jackson.
I need to see Jalen Hurts have the ball in his hand, not being reliant on your running game and saying, I gotta win this.
And this one might send them to the championship game. Here's Barkley, a little shovel.
Straight belt to ass this game.
Saquon Barkley, first down. Barkley, Saquon, touchdown.
And that's it. The Philadelphia Eagles are going to the Super Bowl.
Last time being here, this changed my life. It changed my life, and it changed my mentality, and it changed everything. Because for so long, you know, I was seeking. What would I do when I got this moment again? What would I do when this opportunity met me again? On the biggest stage, everybody watching. And I didn't get benched. I put on a good show. And I couldn't have done that without you guys. But I left that motherfucker so empty. Doesn't matter but winning. And when you talk about team sports and you talk about everything that we've gone through, that's been the mission this whole motherfucking time. So, you know, for all the hard work and everything that we've been able to do to this point, just take it one play at a time, let it come to you, and ask yourself how you want to be remembered.
Super Bowl 59, a rematch against Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. The quarterback many had crowned the undisputed best in the game. And Hurts, he didn't flinch. He outplayed Mahomes on the biggest stage, again. But this time, the Eagles didn't collapse in the second half. The game was pretty much over in the first. Either way, Hurts finished the job. He threw 2 touchdowns, ran in another, and commanded the game from start to finish. The Eagles won, the city erupted, and Jalen Hurts was named Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah.
MVP quarterback Jalen Hurts.
It was the final piece of the puzzle, the last receipt. Everything he had been doubted for, his accuracy, his poise, his ceiling, it all melted under the lights of the Super Bowl stage. The critics had nothing left. For a moment, it felt like the overrated label might finally die. But as we all know, perception still finds a way to trail performance.
A great offensive
Jalen haters,
Hurts
bro.
does not have to play elite for the Philadelphia Eagles to win.
Bro, this man Cam is the biggest hater, bro. I don't know why he sits here and hates, bro. He's literally a one-season wonder, and he collapsed in the biggest game. Like, Hurts does shit that this man wishes he could do.
He has to play good, but he doesn't have to play elite.
It's disrespectful having Jalen Hurts at number 9. It's
Can we see the
disrespectful.
list again, y'all? But go ahead, Dan. I think using disrespectful is extreme for me in that situation.
So let's talk about that ESPN Top 10 QB ranking, shall we? Jalen Hurts came in at number 9, behind names like Justin Herbert, who still hasn't won a playoff game, and Jaden Daniels. While having an amazing year, it was only 1 year. On paper, it feels like an insult, honestly. And to many, It confirmed what critics have been saying for months. See, even the league doesn't think he's elite. Now, I might be reaching here, so let's preface that. But out of everyone on that list, Mahomes, Allen, Burrow, Lamar, all of them, Jalen Hurts is the only quarterback who wasn't drafted in the first round. And that matters. Whether we admit it or not, we treat high draft picks differently. First round quarterbacks get the benefit of the doubt. They're viewed through a lens of potential, polish, and pedigree. They're expected to be great, and so we assume they are, even when they're not delivering. But Hurts, he was a second rounder, a day two project, if you will. A pick that was controversial from the moment it was announced. So no matter what he accomplishes, he's playing catch up in people's minds subconsciously. Not because of his talent, but because of the label he came into the league with. I mean, if you want to look at it the other way, Trevor Lawrence, the #1 overall pick in 2021, has had a rocky start to his NFL career. While he's shown flashes, he hasn't yet lived up to the generational hype he entered the league with. But because he was drafted first overall, he's still widely given grace. People blame the coaching, the roster, and the circumstances around him. Hurts hasn't been offered that same benefit of the doubt. He had to be productive immediately, lead a winning team, and outperform expectations just to belong in the conversation. Unless you're Tom Brady, being drafted outside the first round sticks to you. It's like an invisible cap placed on your ceiling by the public. You don't get the same leeway. You don't get the same praise. You don't get the same automatic slot at the top of these lists. So when Hurts does something extraordinary, people aren't as quick to crown him, because deep down, many still view him as the guy who wasn't supposed to be here at all. And that bias, it bleeds into rankings, narratives, and debates. Critics love pointing to Hurts' flaws, man. Yes, he can improve his pocket processing. Yes, he takes too many hits. Yes, he had some sloppy turnovers in 2023. But you know what they won't mention? That he came back from being benched in a national championship game and still made it to the NFL. That he bet on himself at Oklahoma and became a Heisman finalist. That he was drafted into a city that, Eagles fans, let's be honest here, hated the pick and turned you guys into believers. That he carried his